Hey, Bourbon Bay, this is Steven, your host of Bourbon Bay Talks. And today I'm going to kind of do something a little new. We're going to be doing a tasting video. Normally, as many of you know who watch my channel, I basically kind of do a little tasting with a specific bourbon every episode. And I go into the history of the bourbon, which we'll still do on this episode. But we want to go ahead and also... And then I usually basically discuss whatever history topic, like from the Whiskey Rebellion, whatever kind of history topic that I might want to be talking about. But, this time we're going to do something a little bit different. We're going to do just kind of a short little video about a tasting. I know a lot of people like that. And so we're going to do that and give it a try. I'm still going to go a little bit into the history of the distillery at least. And today I chose to do Bardstown Bourbon Company, and they are relatively new. This is their Fusion Series edition, and they're relatively new on the market, only being around since about 2016, and so they're still actually kind of waiting on a majority of their bourbons to hit that primary age. A lot of the bourbons in their warehouse are about 3 to 4 years old. They're a little bit different as well in the fact that they do contract distilling, so that meaning they go with other distillers who basically maybe are too small to try to handle a large basically to handle a large capacity. So they basically, what they do is they work with these distillers, these smaller distillers, or even sometimes larger distillers to help them kind of compensate for the demand and the production. So they'll actually work with these distillers to distill the juice or the whiskey, and then they'll either age it in their warehouse down in Bardstown, Kentucky, or they'll ship that barrel to the facility where the distiller has its own rick house. So it's actually a really unique process. Their master distiller, who is Stephen Nailey, and I'm sorry if I butchered that. He was a former master distiller at Maker's Mark and has been in the industry for, I believe, almost 30 years. And he works with the different distillers that come in to want to kind of make their own proprietary mash bills. They actually have a set of about 50 other mash bills that they work with, and that a company, like let's say if you wanted to start a bourbon distillery but didn't want to go through all the distilling yourself, purchase the equipment and all the other overcosts that go into a full-fledged distillery, they would help you to develop your mash bill. They would help you age it, distill it. So it's a really unique process. It's an amazing place. They're definitely one of the first Napa-style experiences in Kentucky. So I highly recommend you go. Just make sure you book ahead of time, especially for the restaurant, because it does fill up fast. Beautiful facility. When I was there back in March of 2021, I got a chance to go. I tried some of the 3 to 4 year old bourbons, and they're actually really good on their own. So, I mean, a lot of people like to say that, that basically that magic number is about 6 to 7 years, probably 8, depending on people, but I would say that even some of the 3 to 4 year old bourbon was very good when I got to try it. And what they do with the Fusion series, I'll try to do the best I can. Yeah, you might not be able to see that great, but so what they do with this one is they purchase a 13-year-old bourbon from another distillery, and then they do mingle it with their own 3 to 4 year old bourbons. And it really comes out to be a really great tasting bourbon. So we're actually going to taste some right here. So cheers, guys. And as you kind of first note, when you smell it, you nose it. You kind of get some nice like oaky notes. You get a little citrus in there. I also get some cinnamon as well. And then you could also maybe say there's a little clove too. Definitely getting a little caramel. And so now as we taste, I kind of get around there in the mouth, so all your taste buds get a chance to get it. And I mean, yeah, you kind of almost get like a little bit of a licorice note in there, and then a little marshmallow as well. I kind of get, and you definitely get the honey. And as it kind of goes down in that finish, you get a little bit more of the oak. You get more of that char, that smokier flavor, kind of down the finish as it goes down. And, so just a really nice, enjoyable bourbon on the rocks, neat. So something I highly recommend. Bardstown is a very nice, and usually I think the MSRP on it is about, I know at ABC, it's about $59. Other places, it's probably going to be averaging about $50 to $60. They do have some others in that category where they have their Prisoner series, where it's aged in Prisoner red wine barrels, I believe, and usually finished for about 6 months or 8 months. And that one's a little bit on a higher price point. I think MSRP on that's about $100. But definitely one I highly recommend checking out if you haven't already. And definitely, guys, as always, put it down in the comments and let me know if you tried it. Let me know what your taste profile is that you get off of it. Everybody's taste is a little bit different. So I always love to hear or get the feedback and see what other people got out of there, the other tasting notes that they felt, what's nose notes that they picked up. So yeah, feel free to always give me a comment down below. And if you guys appreciated this, definitely give me a subscribe. And as always, guys, hope you have a great night. And if you're going to have a drink, hope you have it with me. Cheers.